Hi guys and welcome to Trazon.com. This is Mohit Soni and this is your first look on our channel and in real life for the very first time. Our first look at the Hero Xpulse 210. So finally we've out riding it. We've ridden it for a good half day, but we've covered almost 100 kilometers on off-road as well as on-road. So a good 10 to 15 kilometers of off-road as well as a lot of on-road has been done on this bike to tell you exactly what this bike has been all about. And it is just not a 10cc upgrade. It's a dramatic change in the way how you will perceive this bike and how it has changed chassis wise, suspension wise, and the engine of course, as we know, has been borrowed from the Charisma, but here it is going to make a lot more sense. It is something that has been heavily revised on the inside to make sure that it fits the bill just right, and it finally addresses the big aspect with its new on-road capabilities that it will offer with the new engine. Let me just run you through the design, which is also changed in form and function both. So you can see the H-shape LED DRLs with every other Hero product is now here. You've got LED turn indicators. You've got a big mudguard at the front, on the top as well as on the bottom. This is some more solid than this one, and this is a grab rail for you to hold the bike if you're pulling it. If you're stuck in a situation, you usually pull it from something like this, but here Hero has given you a complete new grab rail at the front as well. So this is something that you don't get to say very often, a grab rail at the front to make sure that you can pull the bike if you are stuck in an off-road situation. So, and what you get here is this big shroud here, which also is a very nice panel that hides the coolant reservoir at the back, and this electronic items here as well to make it look neat as much as possible. The side profile looks quite nice, and as you can see, the tank is not horizontal, it's vertical like a proper dirt bike or a enduro bike or a adventure bike should have, and it is finally done here. You've got a very nice seat in terms of size, and you've got this grab rail here, big one as well, and this also acts as a luggage carrier mount, so that's quite impressive. Apologize for the dirty bike. I am filming it in a situation where I am just finished riding this motorcycle, so that's that. You can see the very large tail lamps here at the back. Of course, they are quite good and they have a distinct shape and a proper upswept exhaust, like how every dirt bike or every off-road bike should have. New mudguard, which seems quite robust because I have thrown a lot at it at off-road and it hasn't been going through a lot. My weight actually puts a lot more stress on these parts, but this hasn't, so that's quite great. The bigger aspect, 21-inch wheels at the front, 17 at the back. Our favorite set of tires, Eurogrip TVS tires, are on this bike, and these are the at TT1015, and this is something that has also helped this bike become so much better. I will explain while riding. So that's that, and the swing arm has been revised. Most importantly, linked monoshock at the back is here, directly linked to the chassis. That makes a world of a difference. I told you this very recently in the Bajaj Freedom 125 that it makes a world of a difference. I've told you in the past how other manufacturers have done it as well. Hero now joins this league, and this completely changes the game. This brings mass centralization to a whole new level because the fuel tank has been gone is gone forward. You've got this mass centralization effect from coming from the monoshock setting as well, and then there is the rider here. So a lot of thought has gone into getting the weight distribution right. You've got this very nice windshield. There are going to be multiple variants. This is the top of the line variant, and you've got these very nice solid hand guards here, and surprisingly no adjustable levers, but they are just about fine in the way they've been working out for me. And Hero has very cleverly provided a mobile holder because we're out in Udaipur riding this far away from home, so we need navigation as much as possible. This also tells you that Hero has an accessory which feels quite robust, quite nice, and you can buy it from the showroom directly, which is quite great. The new switch gear is on offer. You know how this one looks like, and this one, if you keep on pressed here, you can change the ABS modes on this bike. There are 3: road, trail and off-road. Trail switches off the rear, road is both is on, and off-road means both is off, so that's quite great. Get into the main settings and you can see there is strip and there is connectivity for your phone, which will help you see a lot of information on your phone directly. Gear shift indicator is here. This is the color meter here, which looks quite nice. Slightly small, but it has never failed me in any sort of light situation that I have been throughout the day. I've driven on both sides, east, west, north, south, and the meter was always visible in daylight, so that's quite good. You've got a decent windshield, which has also garnered a lot of dust because we've been riding through very proper level, not just level 1, not level 2, somewhere between level 2 and level 3 levels of trail riding. So that was quite great. And you've got your USB port down there. That's how it works. You've got the premium key from Hero, which is also brilliant. And you've got the fuel cap here. So the improved switch gear, the good fit finish, the quality seems good enough, it feels robust enough, and the way we've ridden this, and I haven't heard any plastic or any metal noise coming from this bike after putting it through a lot. And how have I put it through a lot? Well, let's begin with the riding part, where I can tell you that the 21-inch wheels at the front, it's a 90/90 section, and the 17-inch wheel at the back, which is a 120/80 section. Sorry, this is a 18-inch at the back, not 17. And this setup on this bike with an upswept exhaust, 200 mm of ground clearance, 205 mm of suspension travel at the front, and pretty much same at the back, lends it highest amount of capabilities off the road. Again, it's been a year of off-roading motorcycles, and as you all know, we've just finished riding the KTM Adventure. This has helped me go even more faster after riding that, and at the same time, this bike's slightly lower power and slightly higher revs has helped me go even faster on what was level 2 or level somewhere between level 2 and level 3 of trails, where there was a lot of stones, there were a lot of deep sand places where there was a lot of sand, and this is something that has gone through all of that in second gear, hasn't slipped out. The tires have performed well, the wheels have performed well, and this is something that has made me realize that I might actually want one if I want to truly up my game completely in the off-road space, because this is so forgiving while riding off-road. It is absolutely amazing with this new engine, with the proper gearing, with gearing that has been done to suit on-road and off-road both. This is an absolute surprise that Hero has thrown at us, because it's got the off-road capability right. Again, I was very confident to push it harder and go faster on the off-road section, unlike the KTM, because that is of course much more faster, and you need to have some level of capability and experience to do that. But this, you can really have a lot of fun. And I remember my time with this motorcycle back in the day, and very recently with the Rally Pro, where I had a lot of great times off-roading this bike, because it feels robust, it feels solid, and it feels very easy to live with while doing so in the off-road space. So with that ground clearance, with that suspension, it has made a lot of change, and we can't imagine when the Rally Pro version comes for this, with adjustability and higher seat and more ground clearance, what can this bike do. The bike has always been famous for getting off-road aspect just right, but the bigger criticism was that it did not feel great on the road. I can tell you right now that it now feels great on the road, because you've got power coming in after 7,000 rpm. You can cruise at 90 confidently as well as comfortably, because you've got a lot more power, almost 24.6 bhp of power, 20 newton meters of torque. All of that will help it get 0 to 100 quite quickly, and after 100 you will have enough in overtaking power to have some amount of fun on this bike as well. This is not something that is now constrained to doing 90-100. It can do much more, and even with this high ground clearance and high height, it can still feel stable on the highway, because the weight distribution is spot on now. It doesn't feel flighty at the front or much more stable at the back. The balance is just right. The stability is good. If you have enough power to play with on the highway, it feels much more confident and comfortable, and it can sustain high speeds comfortably. That is the big thing that has changed on this bike, and all of that does not come at the cost of refinement as well. So Hero has made sure that there is absolutely no vibration even on our new bike, which has finished 200 kilometers with me on the Odo. It is surprisingly refined, and I can't wait to sample a motorcycle that has been serviced after 1,000 kilometers, and the way it will feel more refined is surprisingly brilliant. So Hero has finally gotten the engine refinement right, the engine right, the chassis right, which has always been right with their new products. And with these good tires and wheels, and brakes are also good enough. The front brake, of course, just feels just about okay. The rear brake works really well off-road and on-road, so they're good enough. You don't expect sport bike level of performance from the front brake as well. It gets the job done. It is powerful enough, so it is safe. So and the suspension at the front also feels quite nice. It doesn't crash much. There is enough balance between soft and getting the compression rebound on the inside really well, because of course it's not adjustable, it's not a USD, but it still gets the job done. And this is something that has impressed me very much. Everything just comes together brilliantly, and Hero's bigger deal with the Xpulse has always been affordability. So that with the just 2.2 lakh rupees on road in most cities, even the most expensive cities, 2.1 in major in most of the cities, this is phenomenal value for money. This has been never been so good. It is finally a second bike in your garage that can truly help you get to the off-road, have a great time on the off-road section, learn a lot, enjoy a lot, enjoy the capability, enjoy the ease of use, and then you can come back comfortably as well. The Xpulse has finally become what it was meant to be for all these years. Hero's fantastic new R&D team have yet again gotten a lot of things right. Right now, this is what I can tell you after my first impression of almost 100 kilometers on this bike. This has impressed me, and I'm pretty sure the way the things are going, it's going to impress me in the road test as well. And we can't wait to do that. And that is it for now. We'll do the fuel efficiency test, the night riding test, and everything else in a later video. Right now, this is something that you can put your money on. It is going to be very impressive, and hands down one of the best bikes, second bikes that you can buy, even as an expert rider or a new rider, or even as your first bike. This is going to help you a lot. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time in the next video. Goodbye.